How would you describe company building?
Sure. Well, first of all, I think there are two parts to company building. There are two phases. One is, at least in the tech world, in the product world, there's building a product that has product market fit, so 0 to 1. And then there's scaling that product once you have product market fit, 1 to 10 million. And those are two very distinct pieces. And one has almost nothing to do with the other. And in fact, it's almost a little dangerous. Like once you have a product and you're scaling it, the process of improving that product is radically different than the process of building a product from 0 to 1. So it's almost dangerous. Like you have product managers in a scaling company don't actually do a very good job of creating new products. You have to go back to founder types, but I'm getting into too much detail. So building a company is on the 0 to 1 side. There's lots written about this. The key is to solve real problems that real people have, as opposed to sitting around saying, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I built blank, and then building it and then see who'll buy it. That almost never works. What works is going into talking to a bunch of people that you'd like to serve, finding out what their actual hair on fire problems are, seeing, oh, okay, now I see this commonality, like this hair on fire problem has come up among all these heads of marketing in energy companies, if those are the people that you want to serve, and then going and creating the simplest possible solution, like something you can sketch on a piece of paper, and putting that in front of them and saying, hey, does this partially solve your problem? And then they use it and go, oh, it's pretty good, but it doesn't do this. I wish it could do these other things. Getting real feedback. So the idea is to get feedback, not to create a good solution. In fact, the idea is to create a crappy solution so that you get the feedback. And having a crappy solution may actually give you more feedback. And then with that feedback, go build a better solution, but very quick, very short. And then with that better, like in a week, and then with that better solution, go put it in front of those same potential customers. See how they react to that, and keep iterating that way with prototype, until you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them say, I want to buy this. I want to use this. Now you got product market fit. And by the way, you never, ever, ever worry about scaling or writing industrial code until you've got real paying customers, because industrial code is just going to slow you down. And you want to write spaghetti, crappy prototype code, no code, doesn't even freaking matter, in order to create those prototypes. Because again, you're trying to cycle feedback as quickly as possible. That's the product market fit stage. Now, from scaling onwards, once you actually have those customers who want it, now you got to worry about infrastructure. Now you got to make sure your site doesn't go down. Now you got to make sure you got security, but only then. And then, unfortunately, you're going to have to hire more people, because you're going to have to hire engineers who build the infrastructure and build the security, and then salespeople who sell it, and customer support people who take the calls, unless you're Rippling and you don't even have customer support people, which I think is genius. But most companies solve scaling by hiring people. I disagree with it. I think hiring people is the lazy person's approach to scaling. I think if you look at companies like Linear, which I think now has maybe 40 people, maybe less, Notion, which up until a while ago had like 50 people, and these are companies that are bringing in serious revenue. I think that's the answer, is to simply not add people and just create leverage. If you need software, use software internally, but create leverage for your own people, just do more and more and more. But that's not what most companies do. Most companies just hire more people, and then they have the problem of, well, how do you get these people to actually do something useful, do something net positive? Because what most companies experience is, once they go beyond 20 people in one location, or once they go remote, all of a sudden, people don't really know what they're supposed to be doing, because they don't overhear the conversations of the CEO. If everybody could overhear the conversations of the CEO, they'd know exactly what to do. They know exactly what the CEO, what their priorities are. But once they can't hear them anymore, then they just work on what they think they should be working on with the very limited information they have, which is usually not enough information. So they're just working on kind of useless stuff. And so companies hire better and better and better people, and they do less and less and less. And CEOs get very frustrated. But the answer, of course, is this information sharing system where the CEO's priorities can get transmitted to the whole company on a regular basis, and the problems that the team members are experiencing can get transmitted back up to the CEO so that she can go unblock them. And that system, again, is very well documented. And that's the next phase. That's the phase of implementing that system. And you can always tell when a company's implemented the system effectively because they scale. So Amazon clearly did a good job of implementing the system. Take another, 1,000 examples of companies that hit product market fit and then went like this. Almost universally, the reason they failed was because they didn't implement an effective management system to share information among the team. That's it. That's it. That's company building right there.